Why do you think Princess and the Frog is racist?
I always feel a certain type of way about that. I'm like, so if I wasn't black, would they have still picked me? Or did I just fit the box for what they needed? I don't want to see a Barbie movie that's gonna like make us. I thought they were gonna make Barbie be this bimbo, right? It was the complete opposite. Do you think the whole movie was cringe, or do you just think the way they did certain parts?
Well, they did certain parts. I think once you watch that, it kind of loses its magic. Have you heard of the Ebony alert in California?
What is that?
There is.
Better not say what I think you about to say.
And by the way, okay, wait. Introduce yourself.
Do I get my real name?
Or you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Okay, well, the internet knows me as hippie educator. I reside in Houston, H-Town, part-time in Thailand. But other than that, that's it. I'm a black woman. Black 24/7, all day. That's about it.
Not one day off?
Not one day. 25/8 is what they say.
Yeah, okay. But all right. So do you have an Instagram?
At hippie educator. But my government name is Corona. But I ain't even want to say that because yes, no virus, I know. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But everybody calls me hippie educator for a lot of reasons, but mainly because of how I am. Just out there, free spirit, but I also want to educate people. So that's that. Follow me on Instagram. Try to get me to 1 million followers.
What are you at now?
Like 2,000.
2,000? That's way more. You have more than me. Wait, hold on. You're more famous than me. I just realized.
No, but it's only because like I do.
Hold on, bro.
Spiritual
Chill.
work. That's why.
You do what?
Spiritual work. So.
Oh, okay.
Reiki, yoga, meditation, things of that nature. So that community is big. So everybody knows everybody, but I don't really be on it like that because I do a lot of traveling and stuff, and I'm doing a lot of self-healing work. So I haven't really been marketing like I need to be. I haven't hosted any retreats this year. So the followers could be up, but at the end of the day,
it's just like they follow you because like you kind of know them.
You build your community, but now I'm kind of like, let me build myself.
Right. Okay. Also, chill, or else. Okay. But anyway, what are you talking about? Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about.
How do you keep up with the comments and stay focused?
It's like kind of hard, but
he
like.
says, "I hate women, bro." That's okay.
That's like he just
love your mom.
Yeah, at least love your family, but like he has. I'm not trying to out him, but
well, I read that when I'm like.
Yeah, I'm trying to out him, but you know he's had some problems in the
Bless
past.
His heart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray for him.
Okay,
I'm gonna send him some good
yeah.
Reiki energy.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We were like casually talking about Princess and the Frog.
Oh, you want to start there?
Yeah. Okay. So, why do you think Princess and the Frog is racist?
I didn't say Princess and the Frog was racist. I said, as black people, we could never have anything wholesome. It was brought to my attention that in the movie, majority of the time, she was a frog, not just the black woman that had dreams and aspirations. So for me, when I went back and watched it, I didn't realize at first that majority of the movie she was a frog, and it bothered me. I was like, why couldn't she just be the girl? And then the way the story was, she had to meet her Prince Charming to get unfrogged or whatever, and I just was really bothered by that.
Wait, is Princess and the Frog, was she always black? Like
the original.
The original.
That's original.
The original, she was always black.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, why does she have to be a frog the whole movie? Even though you don't really notice that she's the frog, but in Cinderella, it was the little white girl, and the mermaid, the original mermaid, she was a redhead mermaid the whole time. She didn't turn into an animal. So
but I don't think it was like a malicious, like, let's turn this black character to a frog.
Of course not, but it was like, as a black woman who didn't have representation back then, and now we're getting more, I get a damn frog. I just was like, why couldn't she just stay the little girl? Like she didn't have to
But
be the frog.
the thing
the
is,
whole
like,
time.
you didn't even notice it until someone brought it up. So
I know, so I was so upset.
So I think you're just some people are like kind of finding stuff to be mad about.
I wasn't mad. I just
Not mad,
when
but
it was brought to my
it is kind of
attention.
ironic, yeah.
Yeah,
but
I was
it's
like,
not.
I didn't even notice that until they said it, and then that's when I started questioning, why did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes you dissect it a little more. But who knows?
You think it's like a deeper issue to that?
I hope not. But given our history and how we are not represented how we need to be, it just makes you question. So I don't think there's anything wrong with me questioning it. But it just makes me wonder because we do not have a lot of representation in movies or in TV. So it just is like, why they do that?
So you think, like this Princess and the Frog isn't anything bad with that, but
No, I
like it's a deeper issue. Like, 'cause this could be completely innocent, but like something could be malicious, like a movie, and turn them into like
sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did it on purpose. It was something that was pointed out, and then as a black woman first, it just made me question. Okay, so why did they pick that movie in particular if the movie was 2 hours long and an hour and 30 minutes of it she's an actual frog? Like it just had me thinking like, why did they do that? And then we started talking about Black Panther.
Yeah.
How there was so much backlash because it was a woman Black Panther, but if you read the comic book, that's exactly what happens. But everyone was mad that it was a black woman. Same thing with the Black Spider-Man. If you read comics, he's been black. And this wasn't new. It didn't just come out 2-3 years ago that the animated version was a black character.
Some people, like, the first time hearing of Miles was Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and I was like, no, if you read comics, I mean, I'm a big nerd, so I'm like, he's been black. It's not new. But if you don't know that, then you have people, for example, the person that said, oh, I hate women, you have people that have deep issues that want to run with it without facts. And so to me, it's like, if you look back at the history, what black people have been through, you compare it to modern times in movies, music, we get stripped away from it all. But then they want to steal our culture. So it's like, it just makes you question. That's all. So then you have these nice debates.
Because, like, there's nothing wrong with Princess and the Frog itself, but again, it just makes you question of, like, what is actually happening.
It just makes you question.
Do you think right now there has been enough progress for like black people in society, or like do you think the progress it's not enough, but you think it's like you think it is progress?
I do believe it is progress, and I'm not just talking about our 44th president. As a black woman, I'm able to vote. I'm able to buy a house. I'm able to have a job. I can walk the streets. But there are a lot of things that hinder us as a whole. Driving while black, being a black person in any random store, people look at you, you might get stopped. I got pulled over in my own driveway. So things happen. So we have progressed, but there's still a long way to go. So for me, I feel that if people would just educate themselves and not focus on if a person is a woman or if a person is of color, and they have these biases. We need to have more conversation or converse with each other and have open dialect to understand we can be different, but in order to move forward, we have to like break down those biased thoughts.
Yeah.
What's taught to us, you know, if your parents don't know any better, they're going to teach you to hate people that don't look like you. And then that's passed on generation to generation. So we progressed, but we have a long way to go.
What have we progressed in that you think?
Well, that kind of makes me think about the affirmative action, but we've progressed in ways of minorities being able to get into college, get good high-paying jobs, live in the suburbs.
Yeah.
More black people and people of color are traveling now. They're starting businesses. Those are some of the things, but again, there's still roadblocks. There's still people that are gatekeepers, but that doesn't stop us. So,
because like, there's like no like at least like right now, if you want to start a business, if you want to do this, you can. Yeah. When it's back then, you couldn't. But do you think the fact that you can, there's still another barrier that you have to
absolutely
push?
Yeah. So I used to own a school. So my private school that I owned was in a predominantly white neighborhood. So as a 30-year-old black woman, fresh out of college with a master's, and that had a dream to open up, it took me 2 years to open, whereas other people around me that had background of being white, a little bit more money, more established, they had sponsors, they were able to open within 9 months to a year. Whereas for me, I'm a one person team. It was just a lot of setbacks. And it came down to a lot of things being based on because I was a black woman having to sit in front of these people that just didn't like the fact that there was a black woman that owned a school. So yeah, there's things that hinder us, but you don't let it stop you. If there's a no, you just find another way.
Yeah.
And that sounds cliche, but that is how we progress as a community. So
What were like? You said they kind of stopped you from. They didn't stop you.
They put in roadblocks. So
Yeah.
when you're doing construction, like you get red tagged. So they'll say things as far as like, oh, you installed this wrong, so then you have to reapply for this permit, or you have to start over and resubmit your MEPs and all these things. So that costs money, that costs time. So eventually they drain your wallet.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna give up.
It's like, oh, you can have it, but you have to do these.
Right.
Yeah.
So it causes people to be more frustrated when they're on limited resources, and then since our community doesn't really know how to depend on each other, it's very hard to find the resources and the connections that you need. One, because as a black woman, I was scared of who to talk to because I didn't really know. And then on top of that, when you're met with people that don't look like you, they're older than you, you feel intimidated because they make you feel inferior. So here you are just trying to open up a school or start a business.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, who can I really trust to really lead me in the direction? So you really just have to find your grounding, and then just know, okay, if I have this plan that I want to open up this business, let me plan it out, but also let me plan for setbacks.
Yeah. I think, yes, that's true for like black people, but I think it's for everyone too.
Yeah.
Like plan for setbacks in general.
Yeah, but just a little more if you're black.
Yeah. So like there is like a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, because not everybody has the same starting point. You know, like if you come from a family that has money, and there are black people and brown people that have money, but I'm just saying generally we are coming from lower income. We're coming from a different background and beliefs, so it's just a different path. It doesn't mean you can't reach the same path, you just have a different stepping stone and starting point. So it just makes things just a little different. Not necessarily hard, just different.
So that goes into another. Well, like it was like one of the topics. What can the black community do as a whole to make it better? Like, what should we do? What should we focus on as of now? What should be like our main goal to help the community?
Healing. Healing individual and healing as a whole community. So understanding that things have happened to us, but we have to let go and move forward. So for example, slavery that happened over 400 years ago still affects us today. The mindset, crabs in a bucket. I don't know if you've heard of that term.
Yeah.
Learning how to work together, but then also healing from the family structure, the broken homes, the poverty, all of that, the food, people not being able to afford food, shelter, the price of things. We have to heal and understand that things have happened to our culture, but just because you come from it, it doesn't mean you are it. It doesn't mean that's just your limit.
So your main thing is just from like ground one, basically just heal.
Just heal.
Before you start anything.
But healing is a lifelong journey, so you have to get to a point to where you're stable enough to heal in your healing process, but you're able to add more things. So if you just start jumping out there and be like, oh, I'm gonna start this business, but then you have mama, daddy, poverty issues, it's very hard for you to know how to save money, spend money in a mature way. So you have to heal from those things that are hindering you. So that's the best advice.
I could argue we are in the healing period, I think.
Yeah.
But it's like 400 plus years of torment, and then now this is like the 50th, 60th year that it's like overturning. So like it would take 400 years to probably undo.
Hopefully
Everything.
not.
Well, not really. It'll be a little bit faster, but like just think
Yeah.
about it in that way. Like
It's
it'll take
absolutely.
that amount of time to heal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And if you're, I don't know how, you're 23, so
yeah.
if I'm 27, if I'm 27 and I've had 25 years of hitting my big toe, it's probably going to take me a long time to stop hitting my toe and get it to heal, right?
Mhm.
It probably won't take another 27 years, but it's going to take a
Take
minute.
some time, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to show ourselves grace. So after healing is grace. And then we have to forgive not only others, but ourselves. But the main thing is just finding something, anything that's positive, and then going after it and not being afraid to try. That's what most people's problem is. They're afraid of failure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as a community, if we could learn that you're going to have setbacks, everything is not going to just be from point A to point B and then I'm a millionaire. I'm going to have to try things over and over.
Yeah.
If we could get that, we have a shot. But everybody wants to get rich fast. Everybody wants to have a million followers. Everybody wants to have the best of the best. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to sometimes stop and just be happy with what you have.
You kind of go at your pace.
Yeah, stop worrying about all them over there. Like,
Exactly.
that's-
You think about me, like, how come I don't have a million? But, like, I have to go at my own pace, like, with this stuff, you know? That's how it works.
right.
I didn't think about the healing thing, but my main thing, because this was one of Mom's questions, because she was saying, oh, what can, like, the culture do to improve itself? And I thought education.
Yeah.
Because,
So,
like, I think, because I know in a lot of other cultures, that's one of the main priorities. Like, of course, like, family and education. Like, getting education, like, high school and after high school, doing something instead of just, like, kind of getting through high school and then, or if you get through it, that's the only thing.
yeah.
And it's not, like, pushed and, like, I don't know, it's not, like, really popular to, like, go to school.
Yeah, I think for me, like I say, I'm a little bit older than you. Just a little bit.
Few years.
Few years. Nah, I'm 38. So being 38 and then I have a almost 19-year-old. My son did not go to college. He graduated at 16 and then he went straight into working. So that's what his life plan was. And we gave him options. For me, it was a little bit different. I had my son in college. So I was 19 and then I dropped out for a little bit. And then I went back when I was 23. And then I went all the way through. I had an academic scholarship with a child, so that just is rare. I'm a little genius. But I graduated.
They say you look 25.
Oh, hey! Oh, thank you, baby. Let me tell you something. I appreciate that. Whoever that, Steve or
It was
something.
Steve. See, he made full circle
There,
already.
full circle, 38. That's right. Black don't crack.
True.
So, I graduated with a master's, and with the master's, I tell everybody it was an accident. I did not plan on getting a master's in political science. I was just trying to make it, and the only way I knew to make it was through education. Beating the statistics of I was a black woman, I had a baby young, I just didn't want to be poor the rest of my life. College is expensive. I went to a private Catholic school that cost more than I could probably ever pay back. I ain't paying them student loans.
Hey, don't tell us the IRS.
I'm just not doing
You watching
it.
FBI?
It was like not doing it. But education is so important of some structure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can go to school. Our grandfather used to tell us you could go to BFI school, be the best trash man ever.
Yeah, but
you have to have something.
Yeah.
So I tell anybody, education is very important, but it doesn't have to be traditional.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be just nurse, lawyer.
Doctor,
Yeah.
Like I
Because
have
at least now you can think outside of the box with a lot of stuff you can do.
absolutely. Like if I would have thought about it back then, but I had to go through college to understand it. I actually went back to school to get a yoga certification. I went back for naturopathic medicine. So there's different. I'm just a lifelong learner, but it all connects. It all connects to education. So I tell anybody, if you're under the age of 102, find you something that you want to learn and learn it. It could be another language. It could be sewing. It could be technology. But find something that you want to do because then it won't feel like a job.
Right.
You know, I wake up happy every day that I can reach clients all over the world and I don't have to go into an office. I hated going to the office.
Yeah. Because, like, you're working, but it doesn't feel like
it
work.
Was
like
slavery.
Yeah. Modern day.
But I'm not too good to go back to a 9 to 5. So, like I say, there's been seasons. I've worked for people. I've worked for myself. I've been unemployed. There's things that happen, but you have to. Education of some sort is very important.
Right.
Because you have to learn. Because if not, you're just. I ain't gonna say the word because it's not nice.
What, dumb?
No, I don't believe anyone is dumb. I just ignorance.
Ignorant, yeah.
You're ignorant, and
I think that's a main thing. And ignorant doesn't mean dumb; it just means you don't know.
Right, and some people don't want to know because they like
so they're willfully ignorant.
Listen, yes, I believe that people like to be ignorant because ignorance is bliss. But that's really not going to help us progress as a human race. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if you're black, white, whatever. All those colors are made up. I really believe that we are one race. But the things that divide us is ignorance. So, you know, hey, it is what it is.
Right. I agree.
Me too.
Okay.
Let me look at this next question.
I'm kind of just hopping. Like, I kind of...
Okay.
Oh yeah, what do you think of affirmative action? And I think at least recently they were getting rid of it.
Yeah, I did read that.
So what do you think of that?
So for me, of course, I told you I went to an all Catholic college. So but originally I went to TSU, which is a HBCU, historically black community college university. TSU, everybody. That's all black school. So when I went to University of St. Thomas, I know they let me in because I was black. Hands down, there was no question about it. So for
why do you think so?
I'm telling you, there was 3 black people in that whole campus. There was not us represented there. So when I applied, first of all, my name is Corona. First, that's a Hispanic name, but I'm black. They knew I was something. So they let me in because mainly I was black. Of course, I had like almost a 4.0 GPA, but still, they seen my name. They seen I was black. They have to meet a quota. They let me in. I surprised them. I actually finished, you know? But it was because I was black.
Do you think that's a good thing then? Do you like...
At that time, because I needed that piece of paper.
But looking back, do you think it's like kind of weird how you got in? Just
very.
Because,
I always feel a certain type of way about that. I'm like, so if I wasn't black, would they have still picked me? Or did I just fit the box for what they needed for that year?
You said those look like, you think legit 3 people?
I know, I'm telling you, I met them all.
All of them? 3?
There was 3 of us. Yes.
This...
At least in grad school, there was 3 of us. Now, of course, now that school does have a basketball team. Again, come on now. We've been playing this game for how long? Yeah, they let me in because I was black.
That's crazy.
But I appreciate them.
Yeah. I didn't even know that. Because, again, I wasn't familiar with it until, like, recently.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you got in it because of that.
I'm telling you.
And what you're just like so sure you think so?
Because I came from an all black school. And then of course my mentor, as I say, I was on an academic scholarship, so I was trying to find a school that was going to challenge me, but also I was trying to get into corporate. So with corporate, I didn't see what it said.
He said I'm losing. I didn't lose.
I also was on the debate team at TSU, so I mean you might lose this, but I'll let you win.
Hey, but if you want, like, if you have like some real, I'm kind of like just setting the stage. I'm setting the stage down, but it's like, but if you've been on the debate team, so if you have any topics that you want to talk about, you can. No, I mean you can throw whatever you want to. That should just be my.
No,
my
I like your ideas.
Yeah.
But no, I was trying to get into corporate. I wanted a big time 6-figure salary job, so I knew I had to go to a competitive college. So University of St. Thomas is a really good school. I didn't think I was going to get in, but then when I got in, I was like, it's because I'm black. And then when I seen the people, I was like, it's
that's crazy how it is.
I'm
it's
black.
like it's both sides of the coin. you don't get this because you're black. You get it because you're black. It's like that's actually
It's conflicting.
that's ironic. Yeah.
Yes, it makes you just question life. It's like, wow.
If that was me, I probably wouldn't think I got in because I'm black.
Well, if
I wouldn't. You probably did, but I was like, oh, I got in.
Once you see that you're the only one in that class and everybody else does not look like you start questioning things.
Well, what was the benefit for even meeting that quota? Having like a few.
So scholarship money, grant money, so just things like that. So it's the same thing if you a job hires you, you have to, if it's a public sector, you have to have so many people that either have a disability or whatever. So it's just a box. Like it's just checks and balances. It comes down to dollars and cents. And I fit that bill, so they were like, "Let her in."
Mm-hmm. And then you had the resume too to back it up.
Right. So
it was like an easy choice, basically.
Yeah, but if I would have known that, I would have saved my coins and just went to Thailand to study yoga. You know?
You think so?
Yeah, because I'm not saying I don't use my master's because it has opened up doors. But I would have been fine with just an undergrad degree. Mm-hmm. You know, so in this day and age, you need at least something, an associate's, a technical degree. You need some type of education. But again, I'm a little bit older than you, so back then, in the early 2000s, probably when y'all were still in elementary.
Yeah.
That was when the housing market and stuff crashed. So I was in college, so I had to, figure it out. I had to go to college or do something. So, what's that snooze mean?
Oh, it's just, don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was like...
It's like so many screens, it's confusing.
Oh, okay. Well, you're looking at one. This is like the delayed version. Or the delayed one. This is the live feed.
What's REKT mean?
Oh, wrecked. Like, I got destroyed.
That's one that didn't even like women.
Exactly. So I was saying he came full circle.
I'm gonna be in his dreams later.
Probably.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I thought I had something else about that. No, I mean about affirmative action. Oh, so you were happy they got rid of it, right?
No, I'm not happy.
Wait, did they get rid of it?
No, I think they're still debating. Senate and all that is debating, but to me, I see how it has its pros, but I also see how it has its cons. But the only reason people are fighting because they feel like it's taking opportunities away from the people that could already afford to go to those colleges and things and get those corporate jobs, or I can't think of the word, but it's a word where you're nepotism. So if your grandfather is a doctor, you come from a family of lawyers, like you're more than likely going to be a doctor or a lawyer. So, but in our community, we don't have that. We are basically just trying to make it. And we're coming from slavery. We're coming from Jim Crow laws. Like, it's so much that we're trying to heal from. But again, affirmative action, whatever I got in, thanks.
I actually watched, it was a Netflix show. What was it called? Me and Mom watched it. Let me look and see what it's called. It was pretty good. It was like a documentary of like, I think it was like, the question was like, what's wrong with black people?
Well, damn.
But yeah, okay. Hold on, let me just type black. What was it? It was a documentary. I forgot what it was called.
When you find a name, you let me know.
Yeah. It's so long ago. She watches so much stuff. I forgot what it's called. But anyway, it was. I'm not unprepared. I just forgot because I want to bring it up. But I forgot. No. Hold up. I need to find it. L ads. Oops, it wasn't me.
What's the L ads?
As like an advertisement.
Oh.
I can't find it.
That's okay, but you said it's a documentary that what?
I forgot my whole point.
Oh shit, you
I forgot.
lost.
I forgot my whole point. It would have been just added it to your thing, but dang, I forgot what I even said. L host. That thing threw me off. Okay, wait, what did you say? Because you said it takes back what people work for.
For the affirmative action?
Yeah, like what did you say? Because I was gonna add on to that, but I forgot.
I was saying like how corporate, you have to have so many certain people that meet certain quotas in order to, for a public company. Private company you could hire however you want, but public companies, depending on how their structure is, you have to have. If you ever notice when you do a job application, it asks you if you have any disabilities. HIV is considered a disability. Mental health, yeah, like they say like different ailments. So if you have mental health issues, anxiety, if you have you need assistance with writing or typing, all these questions that people don't realize, that's ways for them to see if you meet certain criteria for what they have to feel. They have to have so much percentage of people that have a disability. So disabilities are not just missing legs in a wheelchair. Disabilities could also be you have sickle cell or you
like
have
if they don't do it,
diabetes.
if they get in trouble, they can be seen in a bad light.
Right.
So
So
lose
affirmative
money,
action, all that.
Light,
So it plays a part in it. I get it. It's just when you're on the receiving end of that, it's kind of like, did you just give me this job, or did you just give me this position, or this?
It's like this like, oh, I feel bad for you. Here you go.
Yeah, it kind of makes you feel like, no, but I'm actually smart, or I'm actually good. Like, so I don't know. It serves its purpose.
Yeah, I really wish I remembered my point. It was gonna be a good addition. It was about that documentary. I don't want to just spew nonsense, but okay. We'll move on from that. If I remember it, I'll remember. But when I watch this back, I'm gonna be mad because I'm gonna remember. But I'm gonna say it would be a good point.
I definitely want to know the Netflix. Somebody.
Okay, well, I'll just explain it because, okay, we watched it and it was about the history of black people. Like the question was like, what's wrong with black people? And they start from the very beginning. It's like, why? Of course, no, slavery's been a thing forever, and they say like, oh, whites enslaved whites, of course. But then someone like in the, it was the 1400s. Hold up. See.
I think I remember your mom telling me that too.
Why did I not write that down? Okay, I'm thinking like the 14 to 1600s, where some guy came up who was like, how can we make slaves more valuable? Like, because they just blend in. Everyone blends. So it's like, what's the value? So, I know. Let's get these people because they stick out.
Yes, I do remember your mom telling me that.
Yeah.
So my black ass would have definitely been.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's like, and it's dumb, but it's smart.
It makes
sense. And like how that just kind of just trickled down. Like one person thought of it and like told a lie about something, and just everyone caught on to that. So
it goes back to what they were teaching and what the Bible teaches. Of certain versions of the Bible say that the whiter you are, the holier you are.
Right.
So then they were able to tell our ancestors that, well, since you are of color, you are not pure. So you have to listen to, and you have to listen to your master and all this stuff. And I'm just like, Jesus had skin of bronze and hair like mine. No.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the end of the day, it all comes down to, if you could get enough people to believe anything that you say, you have followers. So unfortunately, our ancestors were not able to fight against that oppression. So it's sad, but now we're starting to understand that ideology is wrong.
Yeah.
And that thinking is not right. Like, just because your skin is lighter, black comes in all we're family. You're light bright, I'm chocolate, you know?
Exactly.
So
we're
it's
all related.
And we all are not evil people.
Right,
So
exactly.
It just goes to show that people can be idiots.
What I get from that is, I don't know why. Yeah, someone can tell a lie, but why was everyone so gullible to believe it?
Which part? Who?
Like, pretty much everything. black is evil and this that, and like it trickled out from everything. Like
They backed it up with religion.
Even besides that, like say
Donald Trump.
no before like Jim Crow, like just, they would just like make more lies and lies, and like the people as a masses would just believe it.
Gatekeepers. If you have enough people saying the sky is purple, eventually everybody's just gonna they group think they're gonna want to just blend in.
So it's like a group of people come up with the idea first and then bring it out to the world. But why does the world believe it?
Because it's called groupthink. It's just like sheep. If you herd sheep one direction, they're gonna follow. Because people don't want to think for themselves. They don't want to be the black sheep. They don't want to be the odd sheep. So it's easier to follow than it is to be like the radical. Oh no, that's not right. Even though you know it's not right, I'd rather do the right thing. People would just be like, oh well, I'm gonna go.
But then
here.
most of them did believe it. I just like it's just weird because like did no one just think?
There were people, you know.
Yeah, but it's like a minority.
Yeah, but if you look how it is today, it's the same thing. We're getting better at following our own truths, and we're getting better at speaking up when things are wrong. But for the majority of people, they would rather be one with something than off on their own. So it's like they just follow the crowd.
Yeah,
so,
real facts. All right.
That's why I just mind my business.
Yeah.
I help when I can help, but for the most part, I'm like, people are no one really wants to do the work. They would rather just believe a facade. So it's sad.
Exactly.
We're going to pray for them too.
All right. Did you watch Barbie?
So for my 38th birthday,
oh no,
I went to go see the Barbie movie. And I went to therapy that day, so it was such a good day. That movie, yes. I loved everything about it.
Do you
see my phone case?
What is it? That's supposed to be, what is that supposed to be?
It's a Barbie phone.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the phone.
Well, I mean, it's an iPhone, but it's a case.
Well, yeah, of course. I didn't I don't know that was like a Barbie reference. All right.
It is.
Do you think Do you think Barbie was like too woke and catered too much to women?
Okay, so
do you think it catered too much?
Where's my friend Steven at? Steven.
Do you think it catered too much to a certain side, or was it, just enough?
Okay, ask me the first question. Do I believe it's too woke?
Yeah, like, do you think,
What is too woke?
It's like, okay, I'm trying to think. Because it's like, woke meaning, black rights, blah, 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 this, that. Like, you make a movie about black people, like, the black, freedom. It's like, you can have that agenda, but it's like, if you, like, overdo it, are you, like, pushing it to where it's, like, kind of
I'm black 25/8.
Is it?
It was just fine.
What, the Barbie
the
movie?
Barbie movie, yeah.
So I'm saying, do you think it was like too much, or it's like kind of cringe, or like kind of, or was it like just enough?
So I'm gonna be real with you. So when I went into the movie, I did not want to see it because I was like, I don't want to see a Barbie movie that's gonna like make us feel. I had the wrong impression. I thought they were gonna make Barbie be this bimbo, right? It was the complete opposite. So I can understand why a person would think it was too woke or too much, but as a woman watching it, I was so taken back, but in a good way, that they actually made those statements and they said it the way they said it. I walked out feeling empowered, so I don't think it was too much at all. But
I don't think it was too much, like they shouldn't do it, but it was like too much to where it's like it kind of left the target audience, which was like kids. I think so, because like, yeah, you get it, they can say it, you can say it over and over again, but it's like if you're getting beat over the head with like this message, it's good, but it's like for a movie catered towards kids,
it was
like,
catered towards women, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm not I'm not talking about that, you're right, yeah, but still it was like,
I get it.
It was like, I get it, I understand, I honestly, I must agree, but I agree with like what they were saying, but it's like, how many times you have to say it? I'm like, and like,
y'all get it.
No, like, I'm telling you, have to say it where it's like, I don't know, cringe. I don't know what else to say.
Do you think the whole movie was cringe, or do you just think the way they did certain parts?
Well, they did certain parts. I like the movie. It was good. I like I like the plot, and I like the set design, everything, the acting. But it's just certain parts that was like just left like with a bad taste, you know.
For me, I didn't even want to see the movie. I thought it was gonna be a bimbo type movie, but there were parts specifically like when Crazy Legs Barbie, and they were all having that debate about how if the Barbie feels that way as a doll, imagine how a real woman feels. That part I could see how a person would take it out of context and they would be like, oh, how many times you gotta say the fragility of a male ego? I like that part personally. I was in there clapping yeah.
Yeah.
I really was, because I wasn't expecting, it was supposed to be a kid movie.
I didn't expect that either. That's why I was like, this is like a lot. Like, it's like it just surprised. It was like a lot. And it's like, yeah, I know, but it's like people who are like 6 years old. Like,
listen, you're going to get them lessons early in life.
Yeah,
progression. But again, I could see how that could turn someone off and make it a bad taste in the mouth. But I think that's what's going to help people open their eyes, that it is a lot of pressure to be, one, a woman, two, a woman if you have a career, you have a family, but the roles are reversed here, obviously, in life, because there's a question on there that you talk about the roles of people. I just think the Barbie movie helped lighten the situation, but there were some parts that was but I was here for it because I live it, you know. I'm 38, so I've been through a little bit, not a lot, but some of the things they were talking about, I was like, yeah, say that. Because when I say it, it comes off like I'm...
What do you think about, you remember that whole speech I think the mom gave? Do you think you like that? Like, again, I'm not saying I disagree, but like that was just, it was, I don't know.
Where she was talking about the doll?
No, where she was like, the mom did her whole speech like, oh, this is why women never do this. You gotta sit pretty. You gotta do that. You gotta, like, she's not wrong, but it was like, I don't know. But it still felt out of place in the Barbie for some reason. I don't know, and just in the Barbie movie.
But little girls play with Barbies or dolls as a representation. So if you have a doll that is Dr. Barbie or a doll that is, because I collect Barbies, so I have Barbies I have a pregnant Barbie. You pull her belly.
You had?
I have. No, I have. I have a Barbie collection.
Okay.
And I didn't even want to go see the Barbie movie because I was afraid of. I just thought they were going to do us wrong.
Wait, didn't they discontinue the?
Yes, they did, but I have it in the box. No one can touch it. It's all my Barbies are like that. But anyway, long story short, you get these toys and they're a representation of fantasy, but also life. So I'm glad they said the things that happen to real women. Even if it did make men and some women uncomfortable, it's still real thoughts in our lives. So sorry the 6-year-old had to hear that, but it's the truth.
It probably did make people, it made me uncomfortable. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
That was my whole thing. Yeah, with going in it with no, I mean, I've seen the trailers, but they didn't like talk about what they're gonna do.
Idea.
You didn't see any trailer? I saw like the launch trailer and like the teaser and stuff like that. I just thought it could be like a fun movie, and it was, but I didn't know like how deep it would go, and it did what it served its purpose. But
I really went to go see Issa Rae, so I'm.
I don't know, what is that?
Issa Rae from Insecure, HBO. Issa Rae, the wonderful, talented actress.
You're talking about you want to see?
I went for her. She was President Barbie.
Oh, that's I know that was her.
Yeah, Issa Rae. ISSA.
I'm like Issa Rae.
Her right there.
Oh. Issa Rae. Yeah, her. Is she like popular?
I wish you could see my face right now. Yes, Issa Rae. You never seen Insecure? It's on Netflix now if you want to watch it. It's really good. She's for the people.
Insecure.
Oh gosh.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, yeah, she was good. So that was your drawing point. That's why you went.
Yeah, that's why I went. Again, black representation is new. We've had it, but now we're everywhere, so I want to support. But then I left the movie theater so happy. It was my birthday too, but it was like, okay, Issa Rae was in it. She was a dark girl. She was President Barbie. The movie had a message. As a woman, I felt empowered. It was a 10 out of 10 for me.
It was a 7.
0.5? Dang.
It was good, but I'll probably never watch it again.
You was really
It's
mad
like
about
it's not
that
no,
speech.
it's not even in a bad way. It's just I think once you watch that, it kind of loses its magic. At least I don't know. But we'll see.
What if they do a Ken movie? Would you feel that way?
Yeah, I would still think it's like too much.
He don't even have a house, so
Wait,
he ain't gonna have a movie.
it's like if it was like Barbie but Ken, like it's like men this, men that, I would still feel the same way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he won't have a movie.
Yeah. So I'm like either side is still like that.
All right, I'll give you that, but it's at least an 8.
I actually have to watch it again. We'll see.
All right, we're gonna do that.
But I don't know if I will. Is it on streaming? Do you think everyone will be mixed race in the not so distant future?
What does that mean?
Like, do you think everyone will be mixed? Like as a
With
human,
different ethnicities?
as a human species, you think everyone will be mixed? You think there'll be no pure race?
There isn't any pure anything.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
No, okay.
Like,
I was like, gotcha, almost.
No, I was
Yeah.
thinking back to like my ancestry. Have you done that?
No.
Your DNA? So I did mine, and well, okay. The reason I did it was because I was. This is so ignorant, but just bear with me. I did it because me, my son, and my husband, we were trying to figure out who was the blackest.
Oh, so it's just like.
It was like, let's take a DNA test, right? So I was like, I know I'm the blackest, not skin, but I know I'm more African. But no, we're not all just one. Yeah, no.
Okay.
So I guess I'm thinking
You're
I'm
too smart. I couldn't get you.
Yeah, I was like, no, because again, then that makes me think back to what Hitler did and said. His ideology was making people believe that the pure race was blue-eyed and blonde hair, and he didn't even have that.
Yeah.
So, but no, we're all mixed with something.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, we're human. I mean,
I know, like, this is like a small minority, but they're like, oh, there will be no, not pure race, but like there'll be no, like, let's say white people left. It'll all be mixed with something, like.
But
and
they
like,
are though.
And like, no, I mean like, legit, like, first generation mixed. Like everyone will be mixed, like half of something, like half white, half black, half Hispanic, half whatever. So in that sense, do you think everyone, or like a majority, will be mixed? Like
everyone is.
No, so, like I'm saying, like, do you think, let's say in like 100 years, do you think now a majority, a lot of people will be 50% this, 50% that?
Oh, I can't say 50%, but I could say, for example, if their mother is Polish and their father is Polish, but they may have ancestors from Ireland or whatever, so no one's 100% anything. I don't know if it would get to 50% majority, but everybody has different ethnicities mixed in them. But I'm not a scientist, so I can't say 50%, but
I'm just saying 50% in like a person.
I guess
like,
it depends on
if
the family
Jimmy
lineage.
was mixed with white and black, he's mixed. Will everyone be a Jimmy in like?
Will everyone
be a Jimmy in 100 years?
I don't think everyone would be a Jimmy in 100 years.
Okay.
But I do think people are more. I want to make sure.
Jimmy, no, it was an analogy.
Yeah, Jimmy's not a real person.
Yeah. So I had to bring like Jimmy is white and black, like mom white, dad black. He's mixed. Will everyone be a Jimmy in 100 years?
I don't
everyone.
Think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But again, I'm not a genealogist. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a person here trying to figure out her own ethnicity.
Well, it's not about science. It's more about like how
mixing of genes.
Yeah, mixing of like races. Yeah.
I guess it depends. If more people travel and are more open-minded, you know, you may have a whole bunch of Jimmys, but
yeah,
we just name everybody Jimmy. That's
yeah.
But I mean, I don't. When it comes to that, I really wish people would back away from the whole black-white thing. And I know we have to identify because we are black. That's our culture. But I think we get so caught up in that. And I'm only speaking from my own experience because my son is quote-unquote biracial. And for me, I just remember growing up, I always thought if my son didn't come out all the way black, he would have an easier life. And I know that sounds hard to even fathom, but it's reality. Like I just really thought he might have an easier life if he was mixed or light skinned or whatever. But I wish as a whole we could get away from black, white, whatever. But we have so long to go before we could just be like that human in the white shirt.
Yeah, it's just humans. Yeah.
That.
I was talking about that earlier too.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
that person in the yellow hoodie, and not even kind of how Stephen was saying earlier. He didn't like women. You don't even know me.
Yeah.
But now you know me and you
now
like
it's like,
me.
oh, true. Like he's on your side. He's like bashing me.
So it's like if we could get past this physical barrier, then we could learn more people. And then there may be more Jimmys in the world. But our own biases is what stops us. So my hope, you asked me a question earlier. What's one thing I wish our community could do? Get rid of the colorism. I really wish we could just get past that. And
Explain.
So it shouldn't be you're light skinned, you're dark skinned, you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're Indian. We're people. And we look different because depending on where our ancestors were to the equator, our skin is different, our hair is different, but we're still people. Yeah. But if you're not better than me because I'm darker or lighter, we're just people. And so I just wish we can get rid of that. Because that runs deep in our culture. And it's what
you look like,
Yeah, it's like, why is she prettier than me because she has blue eyes? I'm pretty too, I have brown eyes, you know? So we just need more love.
Right.
And millions of dollars.
Love and money. But but I said that the mixed thing, it was like kind of a gotcha, because like, of course we're all mixed. Like we're not all one thing, but I want to know if you'd be like, no, or yes or no. But so your answer was
I'm part alien.
Oh yeah.
I come from a whole different planet.
What was your answer? You said your answer was we already are a mixed race.
We're one race. Like it's not we put these labels on us because we have to identify where we come from. Our ancestors come from Africa, they come from India, so we have to put these labels to identify. But we as people have gotten so far away that we use that to detach us from the one race, which is we're human, you know? If I need a heart transplant, the only thing that matters is that our blood matches. Not if you were white, not if I was black. Does our blood match? Because we're human.
Inside that counts.
Yes.
As the kids say.
Yes. But, and they said that in the Barbie movie too, but whatever.
Did they? I don't know. I fell asleep. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, man.
But that brings me. It's not even on the list, but like, have you heard of the Ebony alert in California?
What is that?
Okay, you know Amber Alerts, right?
Yes.
Amber Alert is an alert to alert you that a child is missing, gives you a description, maybe time, whatever area.
You better not say what I think you about to say.
And in California, they are passing or have passed a law. It's passed, okay, that they'll make an alert for black people.
You know why that?
It's called the Ebony Alert. It's like if there's an Ebony Alert goes off, you'll know, okay, the black person missing, whatever. Let's go find them. And there's a regular alert.
What's the regular alert?
Amber Alert or what's the missing adult thing?
The silver alert. Yes, silver alert.
Silver alert. Yeah. Old people.
So now it's if a black person is missing.
Yeah, it's cool. In California only right now. It's called an Ebony Alert. What do you mean? Yeah. No, I'm legit. So
Google it real quick.
Ebony Alert.
Because that's not what I thought you were going to say. And I'm glad you said that and not what I thought you were going to say. I really thought you were going to say, like, black people, if we were somewhere, they could, like, call on us or something. I didn't know what you were going to say. New California law creates Ebony alert to find missing black youth and women. So I do know that a couple years ago, there was over 1,000 girls that were gone missing in Africa. And it wasn't brought to the attention of the news outlets, and these girls from the same area were just vanished. So when I think of this, I'm like, okay, I can understand, because minorities are the ones that end up missing, murdered, sex trafficking, all of these things. So I get that. But why is it only in California? And why do they call it the Ebony alert? And what are the parameters? So do people call and say only for black, brown, or is it
why is it in California? They probably started it first, so this is where it starts. Has to start somewhere, so that's probably why it's in California. Yeah, they're a sissy liberal state, and
wow, I've never heard of that one.
And two,
so you're conservative?
No, it's a
Okay.
joke. it's a joke. Okay.
Okay.
Two, why is it called Ebony Alert? I don't know. And three,
Well,
you said
I do know why it's called Ebony Alert.
Well, Ebony, yeah, I know. Well, like, but it's a bad name.
Thank you. They could have picked something else.
And
Ebony Alert.
What was the other thing? Oh, how does it get categorized as Ebony? I guess whenever you make the call or the claim.
It's a special number?
I'm not sure, actually.
What do you mean?
Like,
So,
I think if you report a missing child to somebody, they'll themselves get the information to put it in the Ebony
So
category.
how do you do an Amber Alert? Remember when that nursing student, and I hate to bring her up, but she called on herself and filed an Amber Alert for herself. I don't know what number you call to do that. So is there a number you call to make an Ebony report?
I'm not sure, actually, yeah.
Thankfully, we've never had to file it.
Right, but I also wonder how many people are going to go looking for black people that are missing,
Right.
because if you look at the percentage of how many of us actually do end up missing, and majority of it is for sex trafficking. And I'm not gonna quote any statistics, but if you have 5 people and you line up 5 black people, right? 2 out of the 5 will vanish. You see what I'm saying? Like, just statistically. So they're not going to come look for us. But I understand why they're doing this, but is it really going to work?
Yeah, because now if the
Who's
people
gonna call this number?
aren't already looking for us, if they see
Why they
the
gonna
if they
start
see the
now?
alert, they'll really be like, oh, it's an Ebony Alert. I'm not getting out of my seat.
Yeah, they're not going to call that number.
Yeah.
That's just to pacify us. I'm going to call the number. Yeah, but
you can
We're gonna
you
go
can
look for
you can
people.
call it, but again, the masses, it's like, it's a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, we're giving you this category. It's like, okay, now we know, like, you have the options to be looked for and searched for, but like now it's
they
like,
ain't coming look.
but now it's like, now that they know who it is, they won't look for you.
They're going to say, oh, I threw you, if you're drowning, what is that thing? The circle thing, the life vest, the life tube.
the lifeguard.
They
thingy,
gave you
yeah.
a lifeline. They're gonna say nobody called and reported it or whatever. It's I don't know how I feel about that. Like, let's look for the people that are missing now. Let's put in parameters to help.
But when you hear Amber Alert and they just say, teenage girl missing, she was seen. Who are you looking for? No, I'm asking
Me?
you.
Yeah, like what do you picture in your head?
So then now there's 3 girls sitting on a park bench. Which one am I
Right.
looking for? I'm
Like
asking
in your
you.
No,
head,
I don't know.
like in your
Right.
head,
So-
in your
so-
head, what do you picture a missing child being? Do you picture it being
Yeah, what do
a
you-
little white girl, little black girl,
What's
little
just-
Hispanic girl?
when we get an Amber Alert, don't they tell us a little
They'll say
brown hair?
They don't ever say
they'll
race.
say brown hair, brown eyes, red shirt,
Mhm.
and some jeans.
But they don't give a description of.
They don't give race.
Well, then.
That's what I'm saying.
So now there's
yeah.
3 girls sitting on the park bench, brown hair, brown eyes, but one is a light-skinned black girl, one is a white girl,
Mhm.
and one is a dark-skinned one. Which one of those girls did you think to yourself? There's an
For Amber
Alert.
Alert, white, because of
Right. See, and so then that's that's the problem. Because the way America has been set up from day one, we automatically assume that if someone's missing, they're white. But our people are in trouble too. So unfortunately, like you said, until we get rid of this construct of race and skin color, we have to tell people,
look for the black girl. So, but then
because our automatic, I mean, it's just the way that the messaging has come through so many. Again, if you watch/read that,
I want to.
I'm
gonna watch it tomorrow.
Stamp from the beginning. It's gonna, man. Me and Trey, we talked for another 45 minutes after it was over.
For the so the Amber Alert. Now that you say it like that, I'm not saying I don't know black women named Amber, but when I think of Amber, I do think of a white little girl. I understand why they have to have a Ebony line. They could have. It just really hurts that it has to be. I don't want to say named that, but the fact that we are so programmed to just automatically think white everything. We're whitewashed. So now black people go missing so much that they have to beat over our head, call the Ebony line. It's like, dude.
There's a movie on Lifetime. Gabrielle Bouvier is in there, and it's called Black Girl Missing. And her daughter was kidnapped, but at the same time, a young white teenager was kidnapped too. So the media put out, and everybody was looking for the white girl. And the mom was at the police station, like, "Can y'all run this story too?" And they were like, "We'll try." And they showed it once, but then the little white girl, she got all the news, everybody, and so it's that thing. It's that, like, so if there's two stories, and if there's a white girl missing and a black girl missing, they're gonna push the story of the white girl.
Yeah, it's sad. Somebody on here asked a question. I want to.
First
of all, no, not that
one.
We're gonna go down. Okay, so who's speaking in the background?
Oh, that's my mom.
And then, are we a couple? No, that is my cousin.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Okay, and then I'm gonna help you out.
Okay, yeah. You're doing better than me. And I didn't even.
I was like, hold on, wait. I want to make sure we get to the millions of followers. The other one was, what do I think about white people? So. People are people, so let me just say that first. But we have to identify people, right? I just want to put this out here. I am a black woman. I'm black 25/8, which is 24/7, 365, leap year, whatever. But I love everyone. So it's not just me saying white people in a negative way. I'm just saying there are racist, white, black, Hispanic, whatever, but when you hear me say white people, it's not in a negative tone.
Right.
It's to identify.
It's to identify who I'm talking about, because when you see me, I don't care who you are, you're gonna be like the black girl with the locks.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. So, I don't want I can't say I don't what to do, but when you hear me say white people, it's not in a negative way. That's just. Y'all, they white. Just like you say, we black. Like, y'all white.
So is your back to the Ebony Alert?
Man, they need to rename that, dog.
So you think it's fine? You just need another name?
No, I don't think it's fine at the end of the day.
At this point, then, so we'll need Hispanic.
A Maria line.
You know what I mean? So where
does it stop? Yeah. Why can't we just call one line? Name it I'm missing. I'm missing line. Like, shit.
So maybe they should, like you said, go to one line.
And
then in the
description,
just go ahead and describe.
And I wonder, until you said it like that, it made me, because I'm visual, so when you said it, I was like, yeah, Amber Alert, I'm looking for a little white girl. But hold on, what if her name is Corona? Y'all come, if I'm missing, y'all call all the lines, both lines. In case somebody don't answer the other line. So, yeah.
Yeah. My thing is, it's good to have, but it shouldn't be a thing. And I'm not sure if it'll even be good to have at all.
We need something.
Yeah,
Google
but
how many of us go missing. How many minorities go missing just in Texas alone? I think it's like 2 out of 5 are minorities. Golly, see,
in 2022.
that's way more than I thought.
Yeah.
Grossly underreported. So
Yeah.
that's what you said we needed.
But I don't.
But
It's kind of
like
hard
you said,
to
it's
even.
a double-edged sword.
It's kind of hard to even like come out like what do you do? Like they tried something, but like and we're like
They
oh
tried
even we can
something.
disagree, but like now what? You know, that's something.
Well,
like,
I
yeah.
think just having one and then
and then adding descriptors. Does the problem even change because you're gonna look for a description of somebody white, right?
No, because the way it was presented when she was asking me what do you see, and I was like, oh, I'm looking for a white girl, but it could have
No,
been
but I'm saying
anyone.
if the Amber Alert was all across the board and it says oh missing Corona.
Y'all
They-
don't know I'm black.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They're still not
So
gonna
it's
look for you.
still-
They won't
so
look for you
it's
regardless
still-
if it's Ebony
I see
or
what you're saying.
if it's
Yeah.
Ebony or if it's Amber. If there's
Because
the
you
name
still have the
Corona,
choice.
yeah.
Oh well, they don't put your name. They would say.
Well, I'm saying like
black,
if it's
young
female,
female.
if it's
Yeah,
And
that.
Black
so
young female,
even at that point,
they will see an
you still
Amber
have
Alert. You're
that
black,
choice
and they're not
of-
gonna do it.
Yeah,
so then we're still not.
Yeah.
but my Amber Alerts are turned off anyway, so I really
True.
can't help you.
True. Yeah.
I mean, whenever
But
I go on
that's-
Walmart and see those posters, my heart just drops because I'm like, those are kids from our neighborhood. Like, I mean, and I've had adult friends that have went missing in Dallas, so it's like, it happens. Like, she actually was found murdered, so it happens. So it's real out here, but my notifications are still off.
All right.
Like when you see the silver alerts, what's the chances of you remembering that license plate?
Yeah, none.
Unless you really like write it down or something, or
Right, but
Yeah. all right. This thing says, I'm sure there are people from any kind of countries, any colors, which they are racist. Racism, I think, is in the heart of people. Hide it somewhere there in the heart. I think all people could be racist in some sort of way. Do you think that's
I agree. What is that? Immortality, humanity? Yes, 100%.
Like
because
racism-
it's taught.
yeah.
It's taught. Your
Yeah.
kids aren't born with that mindset. They're taught it.
Yeah.
And then they grow into adults and then they keep spreading it. So yeah, you could be any color and be racist. There's actually people that are of the same race and ethnicity that hate each other. So
Right.
yes, I agree with you 100%.
It is a hard thing.
It is because they hate themselves.
Everybody has the potential to be racist. Everybody has biases, and it's because of, again, in the United States, the messaging is subtle. It's things that you don't even think about, but somehow we are taught to think.
No, I'm looking at me actually.
Oh my bad. Do you see that last comment?
What?
The wand line.
Oh yeah, the wand line. Cause we're talking about like different names,
Naming
like
it.
the wand line. True. Agreed.
I like how Dr. MM said some people might straight up ignore the Ebony alert versus the general Amber alert. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem I had. Like you were saying, I was like, they ain't gonna pay attention to that Ebony alert. They're gonna be like, oh, another black girl, another black boy, because they don't pay attention to us now. Especially, well, it hasn't been televised as much, but back in 2020, every day on the news there was a black person getting murdered by police, and eventually we just desensitize ourselves. We numb because we see it so much. You just stop caring, and then you have people like Elijah he would play the violin for cats and dogs, and he was murdered by the police. It's just people just stop caring eventually. So I'm not sure that they would even call the number because it was Ebony alert. They're gonna be like,
Yeah.
So I don't think I understand why they did it, but
I
I
say why, but it's like yeah,
know.
it could be just.
I don't think they're really gonna do anything with that number. So
But it's in California. I don't know if it's being used, or
California, they're also trying to do reparations there. I'm gonna move to California if they give some reparations.
They better not.
40 acres and a mule. I don't know what I'm gonna do
No.
with a mule, but
That's the worst. No. So you wait? Are you for real?
it was on the news.
No, are you for real? Do you want reparations?
No. What am I?
Okay.
How? Like, what would I even really do with it? How can you equate money to?
That's what I was about to say, because
through?
you're joking. I'm like, wait, because some people do want.
But how can there's
Yeah,
no
there's
number?
no number on. Yeah, exactly.
How would you even come up with a formula to say, okay, well, your ancestors were enslaved for still today, but just modernized? There's no number that's gonna make us feel better.
And then, with the way we are now, we'll just buy things, and then
Yeah,
we'll be broke
remember
again.
We were talking about that.
We'll
how
buy things and be broke
we
again
put on
like a month.
jewelry and these Lamborghinis, and because we're not taught the skills
Exactly. Yeah.
to manage the money, to manage the wealth, to make the generational wealth. It's just we haven't been taught that.
Because again, we've barely even been free
50 years.
If.
When did segregation end? 65, 64? MLK? That's only 58 years ago.
I say that we're just now seeing like the unwinding.
Barely seeing it too. Cause y'all know what we went through, and y'all and what we about to go through. It's election season, so yeah, there's not enough money to eat, and plus that's all made up anyway. But people ain't gonna do right if you gave them $10,000. They say they need the money, but then they don't know what to do with it. So I don't think that's a good idea either.